Hello and welcome to Spooning with me, Mark Wogan. We are here in the chef's table at Corrigan's Mayfair. Yes, it's a lovely corduroy-lined room. And I am, of course, joined by a very special guest who will be trying the food that they love and the food that they think they hate. But who is my guest today? Well, they are, first and foremost, a comedian, an actor. They can cut a rug, but they're also quite a prolific podcaster, which I like to think I know a little about, but they can teach me more. Please welcome Seann Walsh.
Thank you very much.
How are you, sir?
I'm very good, thank you.
You know, you're here, first and foremost, we're going to talk about you.
Oh, how wonderful.
And your favourite subject, but also, you know, you and food.
Yes.
Because when, you know, I see who's coming on the podcast, I was, you know, enormously pleased that you were coming on because I'm a big fan of what you do. And also I'm aware of the fact that food comes up quite a lot in your stand-up, has done over the years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit embarrassed about almost being here because I know so little about food. What my stand-up is, I mean, when I was younger, it was about micro meals and pot noodles.
Yeah.
And I have done stand-up about the dining experience and what a nightmare it is to get the bill. And I think the whole process needs to change.
How would it? Yeah, I mean that's interesting itself. But what I've got down here is
What have you
something
got there
relevant
that I've forgotten.
No. Down here is a cheese plate.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I put it on a plate.
Yes,
because they've moved on. Because yours is about the cheese board, and it is
board's
very funny.
referenced.
But also in your questionnaire that you filled in before coming on the show, you put cheese as one of the number one things that you love. In fact, it is your late night guilty pleasure, if I'm not
Late night guilt. I mean, I think the best way to eat cheese, and no disrespect, because I don't think this is it. And then that looks absolutely splendid. But the best way to eat cheese is stood up in your pants at the fridge. We're talking we're talking stood up after. But like, I have been known. I'm an animal. I can't pretend I'm not. And when you're a comedian, you don't. It's quite hard to grow up. And I started young. So I will still, this is terrible, I shouldn't really be in, I will bite off the block.
Now, it's interesting you say that because I remember during lockdown, Rob Beckett bought some cheese in a car park and he had like, it was all over his Instagram feed,
right,
and he literally had this. I mean, the biggest piece of cheddar you've ever seen, and we followed him as he tried to get through it. But there was a lot of just eating off the edge of the block.
Yes, good man.
But do you not like I like doing that?
Yeah.
There's nothing I like better than maybe a Davidstow Cornish cheddar.
Lovely.
Right.
Okay.
But with a silver skinned pickled onion on the side. To get that sharpness.
Well, see, I'm just going to have to trust you. I mean, I'm not going to argue the point. Yes, I agree.
Yeah. No, thank you.
But I don't know if you've had anyone as ignorant as I am.
There is,
and I love food. I love eating. But I just don't know
how it gets there.
Precisely that. Yeah.
Do you imagine animals are bred in small plastic trays?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. But I mean, there is that whole thing. I quite like your because I think it's from a number of years ago when you had much more longer, more voluminous hair. This skit about the cookeries, the late night cookery show, where the bloke comes on screen and he's as drunk as you. The chef is as drunk, drunk as you, and he just microwaves some sausage rolls.
He microwaves some sausage rolls, and he. What? Because they're cold. Oh, they're the best thing because you can have them hot and cold.
Well, you can eat them cold whilst the other ones are heating up.
I love that you can remember. See, I've not said that in 15 years.
Yeah.
Whereas you watched it, you know.
Yesterday.
I was going to say this morning. Yeah. So yes, that was it. Yeah. Thank you very much.
I mean, it's some good material, and you might argue there's a whole raft of people who's never heard it or seen it. You can bring it back in the new tour.
That's very true. That would mean watching myself. So that's not going to happen. But what I will say is about the cheese, and I know the routine about the cheese board, is because this is a dessert. Now, maybe you can help me.
Yeah, okay.
And the whole routine is about how did that end up on the dessert menu, which I can't. You've eaten and look, this is coming from someone that loves cheese.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not anti-cheese.
No.
It's just when I've had a starter and I've had a main, and now often, you know, you go in restaurants in chains, you've got like bites to order. So you've got a quick bite whilst you're looking at which starters you're going to get before the mains. There's probably now food in between the starters and the mains. You've done that, and then someone goes cheeseboard, and you go, "Are you out of your mind?"
Yes, no.
So how did this happen?
So, I mean, there is the more traditional English thing of the savoury, which is Welsh rarebit, or, you know, in some cases a deviled egg at the end of the meal.
Ah,
you know, and it's all
is it an English tradition?
Yeah, well, that's all to do with the Victorians. The Victorians
This is
kind of invented excess when it came to food.
Right.
You know, I mean, one might argue the Romans got there before them, but in this country, it was the Victorians went, yeah, well, I mean, you know, breakfast, yeah, that can be 9 courses. What?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, otherwise, how are you going to get all the food groups into one meal?
Yes,
You know,
yeah,
so
yeah.
there's some fish, there's some meat, there's some fruit, there's some something, you know,
Yes,
so it goes on
wonderful.
forever.
Good, right, I like the Victorians.
But the cheese thing, I think we can blame the French.
All right. Because I'm very happy to do that.
Yeah. I mean, you know, as is pretty much anyone in this country.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to our Gallic brothers, but we're just happy to blame you for everything. But that kind of cheese doesn't do it for you then?
No, yes, absolutely. No, absolutely.
So you like a posh cheese?
Yes, I'm very happy. I'm very happy to see really any cheese.
Yeah.
And as well, I reckon these are pricey cheeses.
Yeah. I mean, well, this is a Mayfair restaurant. Then,
absolutely.
You know, and they will be reassuringly priced.
Okay.
For sorry, Richard, but you know, I know you've got to make a margin on the food, Richard Corrigan. It's a lovely restaurant, but you know, that's a lot.
Well, so I'm very happy to see this.
Yeah. I mean, do you want some of this?
Yeah. Well, I was unsure.
No, you're no, that
are you jumping at this?
Yeah, no. We're both going to have some cheese. I mean, you were going to go straight to the blue?
Yeah, but because that looked like number 1 because of this.
Oh, you're going round the
wires. Yeah. What would you advise?
Oh no, I definitely start with the soft.
Oh, would you?
Yeah, because that's the most gentle flavour there.
Right.
That's going to be the most delicate flavour.
But if it's gentle,
yeah.
Do I want to be mixing?
I think that is actually that's either a Baron Bigod or a Stinking Bishop. That one.
Oh, lovely. Okay, so
give it a go.
Okay,
I just go, you know, because I think if you really want,
stinks. Yeah, it does stink.
Yeah, it's probably,
and that is wonderful.
That's probably Stinking Bishop. Whereas this is going to be that. I mean, it's definitely sort of Comté based. Then you've got a sort of Cheddar, and then here that will be a goat. That will be a goat or a ewe cheese, and then you've got a classic blue, which, knowing Richard, will probably be a Cashel blue.
Okay. It was very difficult to get any of what you just said, because that was delicious.
You were lost in that.
No.
While I was wanging on about the other cheeses.
I really don't think you understand. I drive around the country for a living. I spend hours and hours in the car. Often when the shows are finished, there's nowhere to go. I eat in service stations.
Yeah.
You've got to understand, that's where I get most of my food.
Do you?
So this is
unbelievable. Therefore, hold on. I have something else here.
Absolutely incredible.
Would you perhaps feast on one of these whilst motoring around the country?
Yeah, yes, I want. That's the exact kind of thing.
The Peperami. I mean,
but it's 2 a.m. and you're trying to keep yourself awake when you're driving back from Leeds, or Halifax.
I get that. But do you know the other extraordinary thing about these is,
no.
Tom Kerridge, famous chef.
Yep.
Matt Tebbett, famous chef.
Yeah.
So we've had another famous chef, Johnny. Who was the other chef who liked these? I can't remember now. Yeah, was it Jose? No, it wasn't Jose. Who was the other chef? Anyway, there was another. The 3 of the country's top chefs preferred snack.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Not yours, though. I can tell by
No, filth.
That's about, yes.
Filth, utter filth. And let's face it, if you ate one of those, you're not making friends with anyone. Because they could probably smell your breath from space.
Yes. Yeah.
because they have just stuff in it, which, I mean, any kind of, the minute you get garlic and you make it into a salt or a granule,
Right.
you increase its negative pungency.
Right.
Tenfold, in my opinion. And it goes very stale on the breath very quickly, which is what that will do for you. So if you are about to go out for a night and think, I'd like to meet someone special tonight, don't eat a Peperami before you do it.
Right. Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
No, right, that's noted.
Noted.
But
these are for you to take home.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Maybe
Thank
put
you
in the
so
glove
much.
box of your car.
Yes, exactly. Do these even go off?
I don't think so.
Even go off, do they?
You buy them from the refrigerated section, but I think that might be a lie.
Yeah. Yes, so do I.
It says keep refrigerated, but they will survive a nuclear attack.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's your other one.
2026.
But let's.
They're pretending.
Now you are.
Can I carry on?
Yeah, you carry on. You carry on.
So I move on to the next one.
Yeah, you move on to the next one.
You think go around?
Yeah, go around that way.
Okay.
Right.
That was probably the best cheese I've ever had.
Really?
So yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Easily,
well, look,
please.
not at all. I mean, that is a particularly special cheese, that one. What about that one? Now keep going with that, because that will get nuttier the longer you chew it. Don't do that thing like sometimes with cheese, there's a tendency.
Swallow yet.
Well, don't just chew. Sometimes chew the food a bit more than we think to really understand the flavour of it, because that will have almost a kind of almondy back note to it the more you chew it.
Yeah.
You getting that?
Yeah.
You see?
This is a fantastic podcast.
Well, thank you very much.
Well done.
Well,
I'm having a wonderful time.
well, I mean, from a seasoned podcaster, I'd take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much. But let's start with you all the way back. So you're born in 1985, which to me seems like yesterday.
Okay, yeah.
But well, I was 15 when you were born. Isn't that depressing for me?
It's okay. It's okay. It's a good time. It's a good time to be 15. I reckon that's a better time to be 15 than it is now.
Well, interestingly enough,
You're just going to change your outlook on life,
with
Mark.
your new podcast.
Yes.
Right. One of your guests was quite important at that time, which was Boy George.
Yes, Boy George came on. Yes,
because he was
very sweet.
He was everywhere.
Yes,
and everything. It was like he was the biggest star in the world at that time.
Yes.
Sort of, for me, 13, 14, 15. But you know what I liked? And
global icon,
absolute global icon, continues to be so. But I think that was one of the more interesting and gentle interviews I've ever seen him do.
Oh, that's nice.
Because I think he was just him, and it wasn't about, although it was about the past and how it affected him, it wasn't about all the kind of controversy and that kind of thing. It was more what was formative to you.
Formative's a very good word.
And that's what I like about the podcast.
Yeah, well, first off, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that something interesting happens if you kind of concentrate on that time in people's lives and youth, the upbringing.
Some of them do resist you concentrating on that time.
On my show,
yeah, like Romesh resisted it at first and then kind of came to it.
Yes,
and so did.
Well, Romesh is such a naturally kind of reluctant man. He seems to always be embarrassed or ashamed whenever he's talking about himself, which is.
But what you're very good at is gently kind of bringing them back to it again. It's like, so like George going, no, I really wasn't the class clown, because that's the premise of it.
Yes, yeah.
And then it's like, and then you pick up on the fact that it's like, sorry, you got thrown out of school when, and you went out of your way to make sure that you did. It's like,
Well, I think it's, you have all of these. I'm very lucky. I get to talk to all of these people that have gone on to, be hugely successful and, in interesting ways. And I wonder, looking back at their lives and their upbringing, those things that perhaps when they were being told, their behaviour, they were naughty or they were mischievous and they should stop doing that. And I find it interesting. Well, actually, does it turn out now when you look back that actually those things that made you a kind of, I suppose, an outcast at school, the reason you were being kicked out of class, the reason you were being suspended, actually do those things turn out to be part of the reason that you go on to be a global icon? You play arenas when you tour.
Yeah.
So, but also, and it's not learning as you go along. You begin to find patterns, which I find extremely interesting. You know, you're just searching, you just start off searching for why they are where they are. And then you begin to realize that actually, if you chop out talking about chop out the bit where they start their career to where they are now, if you get rid of that and you just focus on the upbringing, and we are aware of what they've achieved today, you really connect those dots. You see it right there. You see often with comedian, it turns out they went on stage when they were 8. It turns out that they were self-deprecating when they were on stage when they're 8, and you see that.
Well, it's like Jimmy Carr has that question. It's like he asks any comic, it's like, which one of your parents was ill or died?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And it's sort of 90%.
Yeah.
comic,
Precisely.
You know.
Yeah.
Well.
Also, it's look. This is something I've thought. It doesn't mean I'm right, but just again something that I've noticed. Often with male comedians, anyway, I think there's often something with their dad. I've found there's some issue instead of problem.
But I mean, your father was a heroin addict.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you grew up in London with that as a dad, and you know, and have carried it. And what I like about the podcast is it sort of continues to be sort of semi-autobiographical for you as well.
You definitely make that.
You know,
you definitely connect with especially the comedians. Especially the comedians. There seems to be a lot in common between everyone's story. There seems to be patterns.
But I think you're missing out on a rich vein.
Oh, please tell
guests.
me. Please tell me.
Chefs.
Chefs. I was going to say you shit at chefs.
Because let me tell you, if they're anywhere around my age, they don't have a qualification to their name.
Yeah.
They all flunked out of school.
Wow.
All of them.
Can I flip it on you? Could we do a bit of class count now?
Yeah, go on then.
Do you think is the connection between you all then? You know, you said that chefs would be a rich area. What is it? Why have you all turned to food and being up at night?
Well,
normally in a basement.
Well, I think that's where there are the similarities between chefs and comics, right? So,
I heard this, by the way, before.
Yeah. So you're putting your heart and soul on a plate.
Very nice.
For people to put out there and judge on whether it's any good or not. And you never think it's good enough.
Very good. Yeah.
I mean,
very interesting.
You know, I mean, it's, you know, I know, you know, a couple of comics are good friends and that kind of, and it is that thing of like, yeah, that wasn't, and you're like, you nailed it. It's like, nah, it didn't go so well. It was like, oh, there was one bloke in the front, face like a smack
just
cast.
That one face. It just, all you can see is that one. Yeah, is that one face.
But the other thing as well is because really at our hearts we are perfectionist control freaks.
Certainly control.
Yeah, but that thing of doing what you do and doing the chef thing as well, it is one of the few professions in which you can go, that couldn't have gone any better. and then therefore it becomes drug-like because then you're chasing that. So that thing when you are running a service and it is almost balletic. Everybody's moving, nobody's tripping over anybody. All the food like a ballet. It all comes together beautifully.
That's lovely. Yeah. Very nice.
You know, one would think I had an education. I didn't.
Yeah.
But, you know.
That's very nice.
Well, no, that was the deal with Dad. Because Dad spotted early on that he's not going to make it through school. Right? So it was like, will you do me a favour then? It's like, just read.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Just read.
Yeah.
Because he was a voracious reader.
Yes.
So that thing of, so I've always just read.
Oh,
so,
that's fantastic.
you know, so that, you know, I fall into the autodidact category.
Yeah.
It's,
My dad always, you know, obviously being a heroin addict, there wasn't much guidance.
no.
But it kind of, there were two things. It was, we would often walk to the BP garage late at night so he could get some cash out to buy some fags if he'd run out of tobacco or pick up. And but he would always say, Seann, always do what you want to do. Always do what you want to do. And I think he'd been so unhappy in what he was doing. He was a planning engineer in the city, working out where our train tracks go. Because I know. Next time you're on the...
Whilst in active use?
Yeah,
No,
exactly,
okay. That explains a lot.
So if you're wondering why there are all those signal failures.
Look at Mr. Walsh.
Yeah. But, and I think that when you look back and you know, my dad said that the only thing he said was do what you want to do. And then you end up being the thing that you wanted to do since you were 10. There is straight away you go, that's, because it's quite unusual.
But that's almost more freeing in a sense than the sort of guidance I had, because I think because Dad was in the public eye, and it was, you know, he was intelligent enough to see how damaging that could potentially be. He went, you don't want to do that. Stay away from that.
Yeah.
Stay away from that. But actually, that's what I wanted
And you
to do.
ignored him.
No, well, you know, I mean, I came to it later in life, but, but I think it was that thing of, I needed to have something that I could express creativity or something like that through. And, you know, and I found, because Mum was a fantastic cook, I found food.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, when I started in kitchens, which was 1987, right? You were 2, just in case. It was thieves, lunatics, and drug addicts. It wasn't this kind of aspirational, lovely kind of almost Jamie Oliver type world, which is weird because it came through at the same time because we're a similar age.
Right.
And actually, the same person who inspired us, the person who inspired us is the same person, which is Gennaro Contaldo, because that was the first job I ever had, was working at the Neal Street restaurant in Covent Garden, which was who Jamie worked with, and Jamie still works with to this day.
Wow.
And, you know, and that's the other common thing in your podcast is there's one person who made a difference to you. Even though education was an anathema, there's always kind of one person who makes a difference at a formative point. And it's like, you know, George, it was his art teacher.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
It's that thing where you go, and you know, Jimmy Carr had that teacher who went, you should think about doing Oxbridge, and that's why he went to Cambridge.
Yeah.
You know, same with my friend Jimmy, who was born in Liverpool. Somebody went, listen, if you want to get out of here, study classics. You'll get to an Oxbridge university. He's like, okay. You know, and he now runs Hat Trick Productions.
Yeah. Wow.
You know,
I had an RE teacher of all things, and I was in the bottom sets for all of it, for everything.
From the very beginning, or when kind of from 11 onwards, because I found
secondary school. Yeah, absolutely.
In the beginning, I was fine. I was top 3 on everything. Really engaged, really things. So I think it's when hormones start to hit, and you either fall into a pattern, or you go, no, I'm going to break the mold now.
I think we moved from London to Brighton at that point,
right?
And I think that was
always to get away from dealers that your dad owed money to?
No, not at all. That was not.
We've got to go to Brighton.
Yeah, that was not going to work. No, but we moved, and I remember that had that at that time in your life. I think that affected me quite a bit because you have to kind of reinvent, and that was. I think that had some sort of effect.
I mean, it was
as well
for me. It was at exactly that point where you kind of go, all right. I'm sort of, it's the first sort of serious departure from the sort of home bubble.
Yes.
Going to secondary school.
Yeah.
And at that point, rather inconveniently, my father became the most famous in the country. So, damn, what do you mean you're going to be on TV 3 nights a week? You know, blankety blank once a week was hard enough. You know, but
Yes.
but you know, and the other thing about it is that I've discussed it quite a bit recently, because I think it is happening, and you've experienced this as well, is that you're not allowed to say that bits of fame are. It's like you kind of get, you know, you get all this perceived status, and you're not allowed to say, yeah, it's good for getting a table in a restaurant, but other than that, it's not great.
I know, but it's very difficult. I think I think a reason for that is it's very difficult to empathise. I know exactly what you're talking about, and you know we do, but it's a club.
Yeah.
And it's a club that a lot of people want. It's such a twist of irony of life.
Yeah. Everyone thinks you want to be part of it, and then you get
You literally open the door and go, "Oh God, this is terrible," and I can't get out. Oh my God, what have I done? Who thought this was a good idea?
But you know, look. We don't have to talk about it, and we're not going to. But I mean, you know, I, like you, you know, I wasn't famous.
Yeah.
But I got vilified and labelled in the press at a young age. So when I was 18 or
because you worked in the public eye.
No, I was 17, 18. Dad was in the public eye.
Yes.
And I got splashed across all the red tops for drug problems and all that kind of.
Oh, I
see. For a period of 10 years afterwards, I had a situation where whenever I appeared, my name came up in the papers. It was former junkie.
Yeah.
You know,
I know.
And you know, and you've been labelled in that way, and you've
absolutely
experienced that, and you know, and you've felt the trauma of that.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, obviously, it's a number of years ago for both of us now. Me, a long time. You, 7. You know,
7.
Well, 7. I know to the day. 7.
Exactly.
It's not that I'm carrying anything or anything like that. But it's still really.
Yeah.
But I mean, where are you with that now? Are you at peace with that now, or have you kind of? Can somebody still prod you with it and it hurts?
Both. You know, both. I think
Funny,
it's
isn't
still. That's a very that's a very dark time. It's a very lonely thing to go through, because again, no one can.
The other thing that you are not allowed to do if you are famous is make a mistake.
No, I mean, look, I think it's such a big thing to talk about, and I think you've got there's a version that's going through, being pumped out by the media, and you know, there will be truths, and there'll be lies, and there'll be exaggerations, and all of that, and then there's a very different reality.
Yeah.
That really the only people that know the reality are the people the people in it.
Yeah.
And I think that what I have to try and do is, and I don't know what, you know, how you handled that, but you know, I that actually gave me the impetus. I thought, I can't get through this if I'm on a hangover or a come down. I'm not going to be able to do this. So I think it's taking me years. I'm very lucky. I have my family and my children since then, and you know, you do have to do a bit of okay, that was a horrific, surreal thing to go through. But I've ended up here, and I wouldn't want that any other way. And you have to be kind of stoic about that. That's difficult. That's difficult. Doesn't mean it's not traumatic.
But therein lies, I think, the issue that you kind of touch on repeatedly in the clown class.
Yeah, class clown.
But sorry. Is that bit of, I don't feel like I belong.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And therefore I am going to create a world in which I feel comfortable. And then suddenly that world can be popped. the problem is it's fragile because there's no real foundation to it.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? And it's like, that thing of like, therefore, you grow up insecure, difficult family life, lots of different trials, that kind of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then what happens is you start to be successful at what you want to do, and you suddenly find yourself famous, and then somebody comes along and goes, well, bang, don't base it on that, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't base your self-worth on that. That's going to be a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Actually, didn't lose your sense of humour.
Yeah, I mean, it does change your outlook on life. And it's a bit like you said about your dad saying to you, you don't want that.
You don't want to do that. You'll starve. But I really want to. I want to do, because all I did at school, the two things that kept me in school until I was about 14 was I was really good at sport and I was good at acting.
Okay, great.
So leading all the plays, first team, and sort of swimming was a big thing for me. And, but literally, my brother was head boy to school. He left, and then they built a new sports hall, right? And Dad laid the foundation stone for the sports hall.
Okay.
Right? 3 months later, I was out of school. It's like, we've got the stone laid, but
right.
he can go now. Building's up.
Right, yes, yeah.
We can't get rid of him. Why? But Terry hasn't laid the foundation stone yet. Oh, okay.
Right, yeah, okay.
And they gave him a little commemorative silver trowel for the event, right?
Right.
I've kept that.
You've kept it. Do you know where it is?
Yeah, I've got it at home. So it's a little kind of like, okay.
Yeah. Very nice.
I mean, at times at my angriest and most bitter points, I did think of firebombing the, but it turns out that's illegal. You can't do that.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you didn't do that.
No.
Well done.
It's done a bit of time. Why? He blew up a sports hall.
It's okay now. Okay now.
You're carrying on with the cheese, which is good.
Do you know what? Sorry, but I didn't want because I was.
We suddenly went very heavy.
I didn't. No, it's nice. I didn't mention the blue cheese, which has blown which was the stinky bishop out of the water.
The cashel blue.
Oof.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you see,
absolutely incredible.
But a love of blue cheese shows a real love of cheese.
Oh my God.
Because most people. A lot of people can't go to blue. It's too much.
Oh no, it's phenomenal.
Whereas if blue is treated properly, like, well, no, because one of the things, if you like this, right? If you like that, right? Richard Corrigan's other restaurant, which is Bentley's in Swallow Street.
Okay.
Right? He gets a whole wheel of that blue cheese, right? And what he does is he pours a bottle of Chateau de Bagnols into that cheese, right, and lets it soak in it for 24 hours, right? And that's a sweet red wine from, and then that with a salty oat biscuit with fresh thyme in it. Right. It's one of the more special things you can eat.
But you've not got that here.
No, it's a different restaurant.
Yeah.
But
that sounds unbelievable.
It is.
I have to try that.
We'll go and have it together.
Yes.
But we've talked about stuff that you found difficult, but we're going to stick with that theme because here I have, hold on, where are they? Ah, there they are. An apple.
Right.
Now, if I bit into that, that's a big problem for you, isn't it?
Right, I see. Yes, I understand.
Because of a condition that you share with my brother and one of my best friends.
Funnily enough, this popped up on my phone this morning. Yes, misophonia. Is that pronounced correct?
That is.
Misophonia.
Seeing as you've got it, you should learn how to say.
Yeah. Yes.
So you can go, I'm terribly sorry, I have misophonia. Yeah. That's why I just punched you in the ear for having a crisp.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yes. So this is the irrational, perhaps, hatred of people eating, the sound of people eating.
Yeah.
Crucially, I should say the sound of people eating.
No.
People eating.
Don't eat. You'll need to starve.
I want you to starve. Yes, the sound of people eating. And I think one of the, if not the worst for me, is the apple on the train. And I would quite like governments to be doing more.
Well, I think it's that
ban
thing. Well, I think
the
it's that-
use. I would say the use of apples on trains.
Well, also some people's eating styles. You look at them and go, sorry, were you raised by wolves?
Yes.
Why are you eating like that?
Yeah, well, I do you know, actually, you know, we've been going back, much like an episode of Class Clan, we've been going back. My dad, believe it or not, users don't have great etiquette
No.
at the table.
No.
And so me and my brother would often have to listen to my dad and, you know, there weren't many teeth.
And
So I think it genuinely might, I think my dad has traumatized me into not being able to handle the sound of someone eating.
I think I have this, but I've managed to control it because certain members of my direct family have, and occasionally, well, I will rather than sort of just suddenly launching at them, I will temper it down to, are you enjoying that? And they will go, it was like, yes, sounds like it.
Yes. Right, I'm having that.
Yeah.
I will be
Enjoying that? Just
on the quiet coach.
But there's a friend of mine who, if you're chewing gum next to him, he will look at you and go,
right, yeah.
He can't actually get into the kind of conversation about it, because if he lets the conversation out, it's the madness is out there.
Oh yes. No, well, when we were moving, we recently moved around, but we moved around the corner, but there was a little period where we had to stay with my missus' parents, in-laws, and I felt absolutely ridiculous. Can you imagine how ridiculous I felt? But it was crucial. Otherwise, I might have started smashing up their furniture, which no one wants. I'd see at school put on the radio. So every day they would set the table and the radio would have to be put on so that I could
Why do you always play music at meals?
Yes.
I just enjoy it.
Oh, I'm terrible. I'm one of those people. I can straight away. No one else will notice it because most people are normal and, you know, not that unhinged. And I'll go, they're not playing music. We've got to get music. And I'm like, excuse me. Are you going to put some music on? Thank you. I'm that nutcase. Yeah. And I'm not normally looking for conflict. I will normally take any, you know. Yeah. I will take.
No, you're a passive people pleaser.
Passive people pleaser.
No, I mean, you know.
That's it.
Typical child of an addict.
There you go. Right. Yeah,
so I'm going to make everything better. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Please, just don't do that.
Exactly.
I'm over here dancing. Is everyone happy again? It's fine. So if I produce these, that would be more.
Oh my God, man.
Well, I just
no,
hold on a second, right? So it's you have stated you love a potato and you love
love potatoes.
So these are a cheddar and onion crisp.
Yeah.
Can you eat crisps?
I can eat crisps, although I do. Do you ever have it when you're?
Do you ever get annoyed with the noise you make?
Yeah, when you're trying to watch telly. You're not being able to hear the dialogue because of your own crisp.
No.
What did he say? Like, I can't get him. Yeah.
Wait until you get to my age.
Why? What happens?
Well,
what have I got to look for?
Any extraneous noise can drown out certain pitches, and you're there going, huh? You know. So now it consists
of. I've not heard this one. This is terrifying.
So now, a conversation between me and Susan, my wife, will consist of, I can't hear you. I can't hear what you're saying. It's always, she will start to speak. I then have to say, I can't hear her.
Yes.
And then we will have to either stop the conversation or commune in the same space, quite close to each other, so we can have a conversation.
Sorry, because you're picking up the wrong sound.
Yes, any extraneous noise.
Any extraneous senses, but useless.
Yes.
Like completely just useless. Exactly. I think I can hear the radiators pumping of water.
Well, no. I mean, the worst one would be, because obviously I like to cook.
Yes. I'm glad you like
unlike you.
Yeah.
But if the extractor fan is on in the kitchen,
full noise.
And our kitchen is right next door to our sofa there, right? And if Susan then tries to have a conversation, I can't. No.
I can add to that. The fan in the bathroom when you turn the light on, and then just like,
I would.
Oh my God!
I would rather have mildew.
Just bring the damp. let blue cheese grow in the corner of the room.
Yeah,
But
exactly. You know, I'll replace the mastic when it goes
Yes,
back.
exactly. Yes.
But just turn that off.
Yeah.
I hate it.
No, absolutely.
And the ones that I now, when I have, because there's something to do with building regulations, you have to have those.
Okay.
Right? You can't have a bathroom without one of those.
Right.
Now, right. But you have to have them connected to the light switch, because there's nothing worse than the one, particularly you get in a hotel room where they really don't want to have to replace the mastic. Right.
Right.
You turn it on. Right. You go for a pee in the middle of the night. You go back. You turn it off, and that fan stays on for half an hour. Afterwards.
Yeah.
Why? I'm no longer in the room.
Yes, I love this. As people that travel a lot for work,
Yeah.
picking up all of the problems with hotels, like the light switch. You go to bed and you turn off the light, but then it's the hallway light turns off, but the main light turns on, so you press another switch.
So then what you do is you get enormously frustrated and you get up and you pull the card out of the wall to kill the power in the whole room.
Yes.
And realise you then get up the next morning and your
battery.
phone has been charged.
Or because obviously you can't be a comedian anymore without talking about phone addiction.
Yeah.
But one of the problem with the hotels is when they've not kind of caught up with where we are as a society, and you go to charge your phone at night, and there's no plug socket next to the bed.
Oh.
You know that, and I had to sleep on the desk.
Well, because you have to be near.
Just lying there, I sort of go to sleep. I can't. I need to see what the cast of Saved by the Bell look like now. It's horrific.
So, Sean, are you ready for your first under the cloche delicacy that I have for you?
I'm very ready. I've still got the blue cheese going round in my mouth. But it's wonderful. I don't want
hold
to
on.
believe.
No, I've got something else here that you love that you could wash the flavour away with. Red Bull.
Oh, look at that. This is appalling. These so obviously need to be banned.
I couldn't agree more. This is Satan's urine.
It is Satan's urine. The ingredient. Read the ingredient.
Okay, here we go. We are guaranteeing that this podcast and none of your future podcasts will be sponsored by Red Bull.
Yes, but fine.
Should you wish, you can have water.
It's a good start.
Sucrose, glucose, citric acid, carbon dioxide, taurine, acidity regulator, sodium carbonates, magnesium, caffeine, vitamins allegedly,
Regulator.
B6 and B12. Flavorings, colours, I've never seen the colour. What? It's sort of pea colour.
It is. Yeah, it's spot on. It's a hangover pea.
Now, there's a good friend of mine, Dean, who he drives lorries long distances for a living.
Okay.
Swears by this gear.
Oh no! Poor fish.
So I was like, what does the inside of your cab smell like?
Yes.
You know, because he's probably munching on a Peperami.
Yeah.
Quaffing, and he got very excited when they started to do them in a larger can.
Oh, the larger can.
That wasn't enough.
No, but I just you read the word regulator. The word regulator should not be in an ingredient.
No. With taurine,
anything.
Allegedly, it vitalizes body and mind, and they have registered that as a statement.
It vitalizes mind.
Yes.
How do you even test that?
I don't know. I thought it gave you wings.
Yes, there's that.
So what? It turns you into a panty liner.
Yeah. I used to drink a lot of this.
Yeah.
When I drank booze,
Yeah.
I would.
Were you a vodka Red Bull man?
Wasn't a vodka Red Bull man. I was a Jaeger bomb.
Oh.
And I did one of my first live at the Apollos. I had a big, 10-minute bit about the Jaeger bomb, about how you would go for one drink, and then a friend would come back with the tray, and he'd lean in and go, Jaeger bombs. And that would be the end of you for about 3 days.
Yes.
It absolutely.
The one that was
Sorry, I just realised you're pre-Jaeger bomb.
Yeah.
So you've probably never had one.
Do you know what? I've never had a Jaeger bomb. I've never had an Alco Pop.
Good man.
You know,
well done.
None of those things.
Old school.
But the things that we used to drink that were, horrific were things like a Silver Bullet.
Go on. Never heard of a silver bullet.
which was frozen vodka and frozen Kümmel, which is an German aniseed liqueur,
Okay.
right?
Well, that's-
And you'd knock 3 or 4 of those back. I mean, I remember I woke up in a skip outside a very, very famous gay pub in Earls Court.
Skip, that's wonderful. And this would have involved a lot of Jaeger bombs. When I first did Mock the Week, I think I was 23.
Yeah.
And I was at the Edinburgh Comedy Festival. And I think I flew down to record Mock the Week and then flew back up, and then, you know, a few days later it goes out. And the night my Mock the Week went out, which at the time, you know, the smartphones weren't really there. Telly was, you know, millions of people watching this show. The day after it went out in the morning, I had got locked out of my flat and used a bin bag as a pillow, and so was slept on the street with a black bin bag as a pillow. And this was on, I think it's Nicholson Street, so a high street.
Yeah, yeah.
Flat was on a high street. So people were stepping over me to go to work. And I just, you look back, you go, what were you doing? There's no way, like Russell Howard or, you know, Frankie Boyle or Milton Jones were falling asleep on the pavement using bin bags as pillows.
Jaeger bombs.
They weren't doing 10 Jaeger bombs.
No.
And
So
on the night
do you ever occasionally think, I'm not sure whether I needed to stop drinking or not?
No, I never. Do you know what? I don't know about you. And obviously you've had much more time than me, but the more time goes on, the more you become more reflective, especially as you have children. The more insane it is to me that I was still drinking at 33. Absolutely.
Given all the evidence.
All just insane.
You know, but I mean, you know, I was in a
Let me say, like this. And I remember because I was young, I thought this was funny, as opposed to totally horrific. Which is, I was going to my Edinburgh show. Edinburgh's you know, I'm 39. I've got kids. I understand. You know, you know how to value things and what things mean. And I was in my 20s. I didn't understand what I had, and I didn't understand how incredible it was for someone, certainly from my background, to get where I am. And I was in the Edinburgh Pleasance courtyard, and I was hanging out of my arse about to perform a show. You know, just I want to throw up. I probably am throwing up. And 2 young guys stopped me and go, "Seann, can we just say you were amazing at Later Live last night?" I had no idea. I absolutely no idea I had played Later Live the night before. I mean, just there, just with that story, it needs to stop now, because, and I don't know if you had this, and this is, I'm now kind of almost being a guest on Class Clown, but I look back, and obviously, you know, I've been through a lot in the terms of like being on the front pages and stuff like that, but also just how unusual it is to be not just in the kind of the spotlight, as it were, but just to be a professional at such a young age. My mates were working in, you know, they just had kind of part-time jobs whilst they were trying to get their rent, whilst they were concentrating on what they were going to do with their lives. I was doing what I was going to go and do with my life. Despite myself. Exactly. And I think, looking back on life, you try and look forward and not regret and stuff, but there is a bit of me that goes, I wish that kind of all had happened a bit later in life and I'd got to live my youth.
Talking of things you love.
Okay.
Or maybe hate.
Oh no.
It's time to put the blindfold on, which will mean you'll have to take those glasses off. As smart as they are.
That's fine. Thank you very much.
There we go. Here's your fetching.
Okay, here we go. I put this bra on my head. Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
You ready? Now I will feed you, so that it is.
Will you?
Yes.
Right.
It is a proper trust exercise.
Okay,
this.
fine.
I'm going to uncloche that, and we have the first item here for you. So open wide. Here we go. And close. And tell me flavors, textures, what are you getting there?
So bad at okay.
Is it nice? Let's start with, is it nice? It hasn't been an abhorrent thing to go in your mouth.
No, not at all. Oh, it's got a nice little kick to it.
Mm.
Can I say I have no idea what I'm biting, but I love it.
Okay. It's one, I'm going to give you a clue. It's probably one of your favorite things in the whole wide world.
Right, so it's potato.
Yes.
What's the
Go on. Take that off. Take that off because you need to see these. So these are.
It's potato and it's spicy.
Well, so these are my triple cooked crushed new potatoes with a chipotle and pineapple mayonnaise.
Oh
now,
my
you might
Lord!
think on paper that's a revolting thing, but it's not. Is
That
it?
was that I don't know how you've done that. I don't know how to cook that. That texture of the bite through the crisp and then into something soft. You can feel the transition going through the different textures.
Yeah.
Brava.
Yeah.
Brava. That is.
Well, I mean,
absolutely.
It's funny you use that word.
You don't know how amazing this is.
I do.
I do. I don't think you
but,
do.
No, it's interesting you use the word brava because for me, that is just a take on Spanish patatas bravas.
Yes. Yeah. That is. And the perfect amount of salt. Salt?
Yeah.
Salt is here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's perfect.
And can I just say, the one thing everybody gets wrong because of rubbish that they think is true is they don't put enough salt on things.
I love you.
No.
Favourite chef. Instantly.
No,
That's
because it's like, you know.
That's really good. It's naughty.
Salt won't kill you. Ultra-processed food will.
Yes. Yeah. You know, I this is the right place. I quit McDonald's.
Love you for that.
Yeah? Right, so comedians, unfortunately, are living off this thing.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's 24 hours. You see, you're starving. You've used all your energy in that show you just did. You need to keep up. And you see those golden arches and it was saving people's lives. And then I was at a pie last year and me and one of my co-stars went for a McDonald's, I think in Nottingham. And we were eating it and it was a bit, you know, when the McDonald's isn't even hot, it was a bit cold. And I thought, do you know what? I'd rather have a cigarette than this. This is just clearly so bad for you. And I was just, funnily enough, this morning, I don't know why Jeremy Vine was on my television, but it was. And they were talking about putting warning labels on that kind of food. And I just thought, it's not food. Well, what are we doing?
We moved into that style of food as a society, and I think we now need to move out of that style of food because we have developed an inability to eat it responsibly.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, and was it Morgan Spurlock? Was that guy who did years ago?
Yeah, passed away now. Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Super Size Me.
Yeah, he touched on it, which is like, well, this is a, you know, he rang an alarm bell around this. Well, that must be 20 years ago now.
Okay, yeah.
And with his Super Size Me thing, and it's just so bad for you.
It's so bad for you. I know.
You know, and therefore stuff gets confusing for people beyond that. So, for example, there's a snobbery around frozen food, right?
Okay.
So frozen food is bad for you.
Okay.
It's like, well, no, it's not. There's actually some really good stuff in the frozen section.
Okay.
But there's also a low. You kind of got to go with the rule is like, the more colourful the packet is in the frozen section, the worse it is.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
Right? The plainer the packaging, the better it is for you.
You can almost say that with that kind of outside of restaurants.
Yeah.
The more, you know,
yeah,
the more brightly lit they are.
Look, let's go there.
yeah.
What big gold arches, thank you.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Drawing me in. So there you go. I'm going to give you that to put back on because it is time for your final spoon. Now this one, I am going to have to properly feed to you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we're really in trust exercise territory here. So I'm coming a little closer, but I need you to take a very big bite. Think burger.
Okay.
All right, there you go. Right. What do we? You took such a delicate look at that.
I tried to get a big one. You can give it
Here. There we go. Look, I'm going to put your hands on
Okay.
it. Eat it yourself.
Okay.
But you want a proper big bite of that.
Wow. Mm.
Good. What are we getting?
Are you going to wipe my mouth?
Yes. Here. There you go. There's a napkin.
Okay. I mean, was that? I'm so off. I'm so bad. Is that? I mean, first of all, it's delicious.
Good.
Is it fish? Is it like a giant fish finger sandwich?
No, no, it's not a giant fish finger sandwich. It is a sandwich of sorts.
Yeah.
What other flavours are you getting? What is there any kind of particularly noticeable?
It's something battered. Breadcrumbs.
Yes.
Good. It's
Right.
chicken.
Yes.
Right. It's like a nice KFC.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
But are you getting any other flavour notes in there at all?
There's a sweetness.
There's a sweetness. Yes.
Yes.
Very good.
Okay.
Any other?
I can't give you any more detail than that, I'm afraid.
All right. Well, take the blindfold off. Because what you have there is my Coronation Chicken Fried Sandwich with a courgette and raisin pickle.
Oh, okay. I see.
So you've just eaten a raisin and enjoyed it. That's all I'm saying
Yes.
to you.
Good. Understood. No, and I did very much enjoy it.
Are you going to have another mouthful?
Do you mind?
No, please do. Please do.
Oh, man. Amazing.
So, look, I've changed your mind on raisins,
Yes.
right? And obviously now we're approaching the end of our time together. So I'm just going to rattle through a couple of
Yes,
things.
let's do it.
One, are you going on I'm a Celebrity All Stars?
Oh, no.
Oh, can you talk about that?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, good.
I can carry
good.
on with my
Look at
burger.
that. He's very subtly eating a burger rather than
I'm
answering that question, which I don't know about you. I'm taking as a yes.
No. I sound like Boris now.
No, I couldn't possibly. Look, it's going down your trousers now.
Nothing. I wouldn't confirm.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
No, I've been on it.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah,
there's an All Stars.
I'm just saying I've been on it.
Okay. And that's where you met Boy George,
And that's where I met Boy George.
who is a guest on your new podcast.
And who I love and adore. Yeah.
Class Clown.
Yes.
And it was obvious that you are mates. You
Oh,
know,
good.
That, but not in a way that you felt excluded from, still got a little bit on your lips.
Yes, I bet I have.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But not in a way that you felt excluded as the viewer or the listener. That's
Good.
what was nice about that. That's what I loved about that interview. But, it's not just him. You've done Jill Scott.
Did you, Scott? Yes.
Ramesh, and there's how many now have you got in the bag?
Oh, I don't.
It's about 10 or something?
No, I think it's more. I think it might be 15. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. But we've got some, and also we've got some great names coming up as well.
I think Class Clown is a very gently clever premise for a podcast.
Oh,
I think it really is, and it works so well. So
Bless you.
if anyone's listening to me, carry on listening to me, but also go and listen to you.
Yes,
that.
after, and only after.
Yeah, not
You've
before.
listened to the. God,
Yeah, no, listen to this
Yeah,
first,
absolutely.
and then if you've got some time left, listen to Class Clown as well.
Yeah.
But no, I wish you every success.
Bless you.
And
Thank you so
may
much.
may you continue to find more and more peace and relaxation.
Bless you. And this has been lovely. It's strange, isn't it? Because we know we're being recorded, but it's been lovely chatting.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, that is all for this week. If you like what we're doing here, you can find us across all your social media channels by searching Spooning with Mark Wogan. We are also available in glorious Technicolor on the Virgin YouTube channel. I'd like to say a big thanks to the team here at Corrigan's and the use of the delightful chef's table here. If you want to stay up to date with what I'm doing, you can search across all your social media channels for Spooning with Mark Wogan, and there you can find everything you could possibly want to know about what I'm up to, which is I'm doing a show on Talk TV called Grumpy Old Men. That's quite funny. And I'm also now doing 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Virgin Chilled on Saturdays and Sundays. So tune in. Until next week, stay beautiful.